Hey, what's up, Russell? Give me 1 second here. I'm actually trying to do this right this time. I'm trying to have logged in on my computer and all this stuff before I really even do much of anything. So, what's up, Chris? What's up, Mitch? How's everybody doing? Alright, so, let's get Russell in here before I even start flapping my gums. Yeah, let's add him.
Says adding. And there he is.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
And a good evening to you, sir. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm okay today. I'm not as tired as I have been all week, so.
Recouping from your trip last week?
Sure, you could say that. It was a very, very busy trip, so.
Yeah, I saw the pictures that Chelsea was putting up, and it looked like it was just constant shindig after another.
Oh, yeah, it was one party after another party after another party. It's one of those trips where you don't want it to end, so.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I was at. I was like, nah, I don't want to go back to the real world. So this week was rough, but.
Yeah. It used to be back in the days when I'd take a long trip, when I used to go to the mountains a lot or whatever, I would take the week off for the trip to the mountains and then take like 2 days off after I got back to kind of gradually get back into things.
Mm-hmm.
And then there were times where I'd come back on a Sunday night and go to work at 5 o'clock in the morning Monday. So
that's what I did. That is exactly what I did. And it was a long trip. It's normally only 6 hours. I probably spent 12 hours getting home from my son being sick and this and that and everything else. And it was just a disaster coming home on Sunday and kind of ruined my whole week.
well, I'm sorry to hear about that. Is he doing okay now?
Oh, yeah, he's back to school. Yeah, he starts school tomorrow. School's tomorrow, so it's been a busy weekend. We got all our school stuff and everything. Our school season starts tomorrow again, so Chelsea's back at work. I guess Chelsea went to work this past week, so it's their first day of school. Corinne's starting a new school, so kids are doing good. Everyone's excited, happy. Made all the lunches, all the backpacks are ready. Everything's good, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, that's what we were doing this weekend. Yesterday and today we went out and did Christmas shopping. Christmas shopping.
Yep, you said
Back
Christmas shopping.
back to school shopping for short one. She doesn't go back this week, as in tomorrow. She goes back a week from.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that works it a lot easier. But yeah, the place was just a hectic hell house. Every place we ended up going shopping, everywhere we drove, anything was packed up beyond belief.
Yep, that's how it was for us. It was super busy all weekend, and we went shopping half the time. We were gone half yesterday and then half today. So, and then still trying to clean the house, do everything else. So
you're back now,
back.
And your son is doing well.
Yep. Son's feeling better and everything.
And we got a big old show coming up this weekend.
Yo, I can't tell you how excited I am. I really can't.
Dude, I mean, hell, would you stop flying there, you freaking big dummy? Yeah, no, it's wicked exciting. I have actually done absolutely nothing to get ready for it. So it's only been a month since the last show that we had.
Me too.
And I've been sitting on my hands, and I've been like, I got a bag of stuff down here to put in the trailer to make things a little bit easier. It just sits down there.
Made it to the trailer. Hasn't made it those 100 steps. I get it.
No, it made it from my truck to my workbench, which is the first phase of it.
Ooh, that's step one.
Yeah. And then from there, now, probably tomorrow I'm going to work on it and, get stuff up. What's up, CJ? How's it going, man? So, hey, what's up, Russell? How you doing, man? Dude, I can't wait. This show I am seeing It's going to be one of Hayden's first shows ran solo.
Yep.
And I know he knows how to run a damn good show. I know Hayden personally. And just the people that say that they're coming and people that are waiting for it and hurry up and get here, I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I agree. I'm excited. I just telling my wife today. I was telling her, she's like, "You got a show this weekend?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm excited." And I was like, "It's at a drive-in movie theater. It's all this other stuff." And she's like, "That actually sounds kind of cool." Because she was like, "Oh, that's like a good spot, like an abandoned drive-in." And I'm like, "It's not abandoned. Like, it's actually a drive-in theater. Like, I think they're playing a movie, if I'm not mistaken, after we're done. So whatever it is, 8 o'clock, they'll start a movie or something."
Yeah, I was speaking with Hayden, and he said that, if I remember correctly, that he is working with the movie theater, and they're giving a discount for people that are already there for the audio show.
Okay.
Or something of that nature. So,
Yo, how sick would it be if they played Fast and Furious? Just saying.
well, it's like I was talking to Russell last time. I'm like, they're not talking to Russell, but putting Russell in the conversation because it's, they run off of tune your radio to 87.9 or 88.7 or, whatever the happy station is on that. Can you imagine after the audio show, a lot of the audio guys stand by, right? Dude, I'm an hour away, and I would hear it at my house. I know I would.
God. Yeah. Is Music Wars isn't going to be there, so the only one I guess would be if anyone wanted to compete in Demo Wars for me, for like a 360 sound car, because that would be kind of cool to hear some of those play it. I don't really want to particularly hear a base vehicle play it, but a 360, like a demo car, I bet it would sound great.
Dude, well, like Russell just said, best surround sound ever.
I want something with a lot of bass in it. So Jurassic Park, where the whole floor shakes.
when that T-Rex comes out and just goes up big, and trees are shaking in the background.
The screen starts to move. Yeah, I want the concrete building to move a little bit.
I can see Russell sitting there like this, going, "Yeah, that's my truck. Yeah. That's me right there."
Yeah, he doesn't even have to park near the building.
No, hell no. Well, it's like I joked last time, but it really wasn't a joke. It's back because I've lived around here since '86, so there's a movie theater in Dade City, a drive-in theater that's on 301. It's a major. When we leave my place, we take 5301, that 301 into Dade City. No matter how, there's no other way to do it. We're talking about. So I had my little Sony Discman on the armrest next to me. It had the little RF modulator tuned into whatever radio station it was. And then I'm Joe Cool. I got 212s in the back, and I'm just my little Honda boom 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 boom, and he goes. But how are we ever going to get out of there? I don't know. And I'm like, what the? Oh, god damn, freaking movie theater. And then I'm like, right when I'm like, just like son of a bitch, boom, boom, boom. It comes back, so I'm far enough away where it didn't click.
That's so funny. Now, speaking of that, was that your first stereo, or was that just down the line?
That was my gateway conversation to get us to this.
I hit it dead on. I hit it
right on.
And I was playing into it.
I don't believe that was my first. It's my first sound system in a vehicle, because I had them set up in my bedroom. I think a lot of us had something in there.
Yeah.
My first that was in my vehicle was I had two ACCL 15s from Radio Shack. And I bought the enclosure off of Crutchfield.
Oh, okay.
And a baller. I remember it was $125 how much it cost me. I remember it because I was a kid and I'm like, ah. And then when it came,
I was gonna make a joke about your age, but I'm gonna not do that.
I appreciate that.
They had the internet back then?
No, I ordered because I used to get the Crutchfield magazine to my house.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and And I filled it out, and I wrote the check, and I put it in the envelope, and 8 to 10 weeks later, here comes my box. I came home, dude, and you got to know the house I grew up in. 'Cause the house I grew up in was on 2 acres, but it was almost like flat cow pasture land, and the house was in the very far back of the land. So when you drove down the driveway, you drove slow because it was a rock driveway. So, driving down the driveway, slowly coming around, you come around to the side of the house, and then there's that big, huge box sitting by the side door. And I was like a fat kid with Christmas. I was like, yee! But yeah, so what about you? What was the system you remember? What was your first one?
My first big one, or the first one I bought? I guess the first one I bought. Like you said, I always had stereos in my house and stuff. And I had 2 older brothers, so both of my brothers have always had stereos before me. So the first one I bought, like went out and bought after, like I bought like a Pioneer radio. It was right after the Dolphin style. It was like the one big knob with the screen on it and everything. I bought a Rockford Fosgate P2 custom enclosure. It was like a fiberglass port with 2 12s, and it was like painted red and black, and it played all the highs and no lows. I didn't know what lows were at that time. So
That was you're probably like the good bass at that time was probably in the 40s, so.
Me and my family were the only ones bumping. Because at that point, I was already living in New Hampshire. So there was very little people. Like I said, I've referred to him before, but it was like Dave the box guy lived in New Hampshire for a little bit, and he lived, I don't know, 3 streets away from me, and you would drive by his house, and he'd be building an enclosure for his thing. And I never really got close to him like that, but I went to shows when I started competing after I stepped up from the 2 12s. My brother had a 412 box, so I went and bought 4 Memphis M12s. So the 2
Wow.
Rockfords were the first one, and then I went to 412s on still a Rockford Punch 1000 or Power.
Okay,
1000.
so if we want to talk about time frames here, so I had the 83 Cutlass wagon. That was like Dad's wagon, but he was a driver, so he'd be gone for a month and a half, 2 months. So it's pretty much my car for a month and a half, and then he'd come home for a week, and that'd be my car for, so it was like my shared with the family first car. But in that, I had the ACCLs, and then my brother played bass guitar, and he wanted the 15s, which had a magnet like that big. But he swapped me those out for some Pyramid Phase 3 10s, and that was a good swap. Those 10s got down. Those things had like excursion like that, man. That was awesome.
Back in the day. Yeah. Now, how about this? What size amp did you have on it?
Say a Jensen 250.
Yeah, that's what I figured. The numbers were crazy back then. But back then, you actually got 250 watts out of an amp. Not saying a lot of amps don't get their power rating, but a lot of companies have fudged some numbers a little bit. So
Yeah, that's when I'm sure you the same. But I learned that to look at an amp and pick it up for one, because a 500 watt amp doesn't weigh as much as a cell phone, and then to look at the power inputs and see if there's fuses and get the ideas of where it's at on that. But you're right. Back then, God, the amp I upgraded to was a Fosgate 500, and I think it was about the size of a laptop, which was compared back then. That was like, oh my God, you see the new amp that Bobby's got. But see, now I'm tripping out in my head because I had the Pyramids in the back of that station wagon, and then I got my first car, and don't call me out on this one, but it was a '79 Honda, and it was the hatchback that had the slant back on it, and it had a single,
Those are primo audio vehicles.
Dude, that car got down.
Of course.
I ended up trading and swapping audio stuff. I can't remember how it happened, but I got rid of it. And for that car, had an enclosure I bought off a buddy of mine that had a Supra, and it had this single 12 in the middle, and it had a 6x9 on each side above where the tire wells were. So like a sealed enclosure for a 12 in the center, and then 2 open, decoratives off the side for 6x9s.
Okay.
And that was, I got rid of that, and I got a IMPP. Took the Pioneer paper cone out, put the IMPP in there, and it came alive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. All my vehicle. When I started driving, it was like I got my driver's license, turned 16, bought my truck right away, and never really had to share a car with anyone. So it was like quick and easy, boom. And then I went through a whole bunch of stereos, and then I guess when I went to Installer Institute is when I changed. My brother lost his truck or lost his license, and he gave me his 2 ground pounders, I think they were called. I don't know if you remember.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
So he had 2 big ground pounders, so 2 15s and an extended cab Dakota. And that was loud to me back then. Still.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet it sounded great. I bet it sounded just spot on.
Oh yeah, I had some cheap, 6.5 components up front, and I don't even know if I had rear speakers. I think I did. Had an Alpine V12 4-channel running all my speakers. So I had a 10 ferret cap. Yeah.
A 10? Whoa.
I don't even know where I got it from, actually. That's funny. I have no clue where I got that thing from.
Jeez. A 10 ferret, that would probably be about the size of like a lawnmower battery, right?
Yeah, it was about that size. It had dual 0-gauge inputs. So you would have one 0-gauge in and then the other one going out to like a distribution block. It wasn't like the round, caps you saw back in the day, the one ferret cap. This was like a box that was like 6x4x2, a bigger brick looking thing. Yep. That was right behind my back seat.
Yeah, I remember Bat Caps made some of those, if I remember correctly.
I think I had a Stinger one.
Yeah, that sounds right too. God, so here's a funny 2-second story. I actually got pulled over one time because of my cap. In the Impulse, because the Impulse was a 2-door hatch. So it had the rear that just went and bubbled straight down.
Yep.
I had my subs back there. I had 2 Kenwood 12s in the back of that for the first system I put in it. And on display, I had the 1 ferret cap sitting up where you could see the display is all like that. I actually got pulled over and accused of impersonating a police officer.
Oh, because the blue light.
That's it right there. And and now mind you, the car sat on the ground. Like I could literally, not even exaggerating, I could open the door and put my hand flat on the ground. You couldn't slide a pack of cigarettes underneath the car. Sitting on 17s and all the stuff of the early 2000s things. But I looked the officer dead in the eye and I said, I'm curious on when Pinellas County Police Force got 91 Isuzus on their fleet. And he looked at me, he goes, well, it's a blue light, and to anybody that may look like a police officer. And I said, that's fine. I took it to court, and they washed it. They didn't even care. They dropped it in. They're like, that's just not, but to the defense, it was a colored light of either blue or red that was visible outside the vehicle, and that is a law that he called me on.
Yep.
With that, be it flashing or be it look like cop lights or just be a color, it's one of those open ones that's at the officer's discretion. And I was a little ricer sitting on the ground with the pecker pipe exhaust on it, and always had my hat on backwards and my shades on, driving like, and I fit the stereotype.
Mine was the sobriety check on New Year's, 4th of July, a holiday weekend, right? They had a sobriety check and this is New Hampshire, right? So 2-lane streets everywhere, kind of like Brooksville, small little rural town. Everyone knows everybody. I was there. I'm driving home. They're stopping every single car, right? He took that flashlight, shined it behind me, looked and was like, "Do you need that many speakers?" And I was like, "Sir, I don't think that's enough." And he just shook his head and was like, "Man, you better not turn that thing up as you leave." And damn it, if I knew me, I probably did, and I didn't get in trouble. But that was one of the good times where that, or when my vehicle got searched, and I was like, "I'll do anything, just don't destroy my subs." Yeah, because, dude, I was speeding, but he waved to me as I went by. He waves. I was like, "Hey, okay." So I waved back. A mile or two down the road, he pulls me over, and he's like, "You know you were speeding back there?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "Do you know me? Like, you just waved to me." He goes, "No, I thought you were somebody else." I was like, "If I was somebody else, would you not have pulled me over for speeding?" And he's like, "That's not the reason." And then he's like, "Why are your eyes dilated? Are you on drugs? Are you drunk or something?" I was like, "No." Needless to say, I failed the sobriety test sober. Didn't get arrested. You know, my brother was with me, and he's like, "Can I search your vehicle?" I was like, "Just don't mess up my subs. I've seen it happen. I will literally go home and take them out. You have a screwdriver, I'll take them out right here. Just don't mess them up." And he didn't mess them up, didn't bother me or anything. But that's like one of those things where you have all these speakers literally from wall to wall in the truck behind the back seat, and they're just like, "What's in the box?" Speakers. It's my music. That's what it is.
Polyfill.
They don't get that. Yeah, it was 412 fields. So
Yeah, I could just imagine if one of us got pulled over and the first time that officer pulled out the straight edge and just went rip across one of our not $100 subs, you know, that would be.
I probably paid $50 a sub when I bought all 4 of them. There was a shop, and I guess the Memphis subs where like they just released a new brand or released something. You want to say hi?
Yeah, hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. Okay, so they had just probably released a new model, so they were like, "Yo, I'll sell you all 4 of them for $50 each," and I was like, sold. And I bought all 4 of them for $200. Put them on my Rockford 1000, and I was just beating the block, happy as ever.
Yeah, I'm sitting here. I'm having back flashbacks. I can remember my dad, and my dad was not a mean man by any means. But he had an aggressive look to him. He was an old truck driver. He pretty much me with just more wrinkles on the face and a cigarette in the mouth kind of deal. And I can just remember him hopping in the station wagon when he first got home. Just he and I run out to go get something and turn in the key, and then boom, 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 just kind of go. Never got angry, never tore it out, but
Nice.
definitely didn't understand that much about it. Once I got older and once he found, as I'm sure, like, but it was the same with like my mother. Once I've gotten older and proven that this isn't just some goofy thing that kids do, this is actually something I've centered my life around. This is the basis of me getting my electronics degree, things like that. I believe they both had a little more respect for it and actually are more, well, I mean, my mom's sitting here in the chat with us, you know, and Dad, every time I'd go over to see him, he would show me off to one of his neighbors and have me pop the tail of the whatever vehicle I was driving and stuff. So.
Yep. I guess I'm in the same boat where my dad would tell me to rip it out. My dad would have ripped it out of my truck. I knew better to play my stereo around my dad. My dad would have beat my ass, but he wasn't around, so I did.
Well, so there you go.
Yeah. But now he understands that I make a living off this, and when I went to Installer Institute, he was like, "You are literally wasting your time, son. You will not do anything with this." And I'm like, "All right, Dad, no problem." And sure enough, geez, what am I, 16 years later, I'm pretty successful. So I would say I'm doing pretty good.
I think you're doing okay. Yeah, I mean,
think I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, because you're going to buy barbecue this weekend. That's how good you're doing.
I am.
So,
I don't know what time I'm leaving on Friday to get to your house, but what's with the face?
dude.
What?
So if nothing else, give us an ETA, and I'll do like I did the one of the other times where I ran out and got it,
Yeah.
and we worked it out so that pretty much I think either you had just rolled in or you rolled in behind me, and I had a truckload of barbecue, and we all ate until we were fat, dumb, and happy, and passed out on the couch like Elvis.
That is true. And I have them on Facebook now. So, like, I follow them. I see all their stuff. So, like, they both, I look at their page every day. I'm like,
I'm thinking like the stereotypical relationship is, your wife comes behind you and says, "Who are you talking to?" And I see Chelsea come behind you and go, "Are you looking at barbecue again?"
That's exactly what it is. That is. Why are you looking at the barbecue over there? You're not going over there. But I am. Just not today. Oh,
You miss it. This is the only reason I'm friends with Jason.
Yeah. This is why I drive to his house occasionally. Once a month.
Oh, man. So, Ultimate Car Audio, I'm just going to go through a couple of these because they're getting backed up. And
Okay.
what's going on, guys? Making a tea, and I'll be on a listen. That is awesome. Ultimate Car Audio app. For anybody that doesn't know them, and this is not a shameless plug on my part, download the app. It's completely free for the basic. You can pay for one, but he even said that the basic free one, which is not like they give you 100 commercials or any of that stuff, is actually pretty much what a lot of us just need. It's got box design programs in there now. It's got frequency generators. It's got pulse generators. It's got just a massive amount of information in it for people that are questioning parallel versus series or versus series parallel, the outcomes of it. Check it out. I unfortunately myself haven't 100% checked it out as much as I should have up to this point, but I have checked it out enough to be overly impressed with it. When things cool down and I'm actually out here working with the truck more and not just sweating my living butt off or getting eaten up by mosquitoes, is what I'm going to start using and start doing a lot more with the truck. So, Ultimate Car Audio app.
I actually downloaded the app as well. I can't say that I opened it up once, went through some of it, was like, oh, okay, it's pretty cool, and haven't got back on it, but, I definitely will be using it as well. I have it on my phone, so.
Nope, and that's awesome. So, let's see here. What's up, Russell? Says Chris Compton.
What's up?
Don't say what up to me, man. That's all right. I see how it is. Yeah. Hey, Russell, how you doing, man? Feeling good. Hope. Much appreciated. Hey, what's up? Let's see here. Russell. Yeah, same here. G-Body, what's up, man? What's happening, Matt Rogers? Chris Compton, I've already said. What's up, buddy? Oh, yeah, Russell's talking about the movie theater. Looking at it, the layout looks just awesome all around, too. And if I remember correctly, they said it's 10 acres. I mean, it's a large setup. So I don't think we're going to have any problem with people being overflowed into it by any means. Yeah, Chris says, I'm staying for the movie because I want to hear it on my builds what we're talking about. All right. Ultimate Car Audio app. Talking about mine was MTX Blue Thunder 10. Can you remember those?
I don't remember Blue MTX. I would have to see them. If I see them, because like you said, everything used to be in magazines back in the day. And I used to get all like the trucking and speed and sound and, I'm trying to Sound Advisor magazine and all those, So I used to buy magazines every time my mom would let me. And I couldn't read for shit, but sure enough, I was buying a magazine and looking at car stereo and cars and lowriders and all that other stuff, trucking magazines. I've had a passion for this since I was knee high. So,
yeah, I had a subscription to Auto Sound Security, And that was actually something, I believe my parents gave it for me as a birthday, Christmas, whatever, every year. So when it was time to renew it, I just got it renewed as a gift again. And that's the same. I can remember the ads for these because MTX at the time of my time in the 90s was, one of the big dogs. It was one of the ones you always saw. It was MTX. It was Pioneer. It was Kenwood. It was, Foz. They were all in there, and I can remember seeing them. I can very mildly remember the Blue Thunder. But
I recently sold some of the Flame audio pipe. You remember Audio Pipe had was it Audio Bond?
Audio Bond, yeah.
Flame magnets where the stamped magnet had flames on them and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I sold those recently. I had them laying around my garage, and I sold a couple pair. I had 3 of them. I sold all 3.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Old Ricardo says he also had a Pioneer 10 in a sealed box. I drilled 2 holes on top of it to make it ported. See, that's funny because when I had my 15s, I bought the 15s at a Radio Shack, and I'm walking down the road that the fair is on, just on the opposite side of the stoplight where the crossroad is there. And Radio Shack used to be in the one shopping plaza, and my mom was across the street of the other shopping plaza. So I walked over and, was going to go to Radio Shack and look it out because that's what I did.
Mm-hmm.
And I came walking back across the road with a box of 15s. It wasn't any red flag that they're like $30 each or something,
They were pro audio speakers anyway. They weren't even like real subs. They were a true mid bass 15.
It's one of those ones where you had to crouch down like, hey, I think I can see it jumping a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But they did the thing.
They played Bass Mechanic like a goddamn champ.
I had Bass Mechanic, I had Bass Patrol, Tech Master. Those are all the ones I had either the cassette tapes or CDs for. So yeah, I still do.
I can honestly say I have never installed nor had a tape deck in any vehicle I've ever owned. So, I'm not trying to age you again. I'm just saying I'm privileged enough to say that I've never had to.
I was dumbfounded in the sense of it because I been into it and used to it so long, but I was dumbfounded when they started selling the data banks.
What's that?
Kenwood. I have one in the Burb. No CD player. All it is Bluetooth.
The Mechless radios. Yeah. Mechanical. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm picking it up. I'm like, this doesn't weigh. My cell phone weighs more than this damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to figure back in the days, you had CD player, you had tape decks. They're big, they're heavy. You had the double dens that had the CD on the top and the tape at the bottom. I think Chevrolet did that for a while. You had all the mixes. And then it had this one that's Bluetooth and radio. That's it.
Try to find one with the radio now.
Yeah.
A shop. I don't even know if Sony makes one. And Alpine's is $1,000 and it comes with nav. The only ones that have CD players. I don't even think their single dens come with CD players. Nothing CD players anymore. It is very hard to try. Like for some 70-year-old lady that comes in and is like, I want to listen to my CDs. And I'm like, ma'am, no, you don't. Not that much. You're not spending $1,000 on Alpine's flagship radio just so it can have a CD player.
And, people do it though.
Yeah. They sure do.
I was ecstatic because I never used a CD player. It was for my base vehicle. So you're not going to use a CD player in the hard base vehicles. So I always had one. That was always the thing that it would vibrate the guts of it so much that it would end up causing damage or something. And over time, I'm not talking like, I kept blowing radios. So to find the data bank or the one like I've got, I was ecstatic. I was so happy I couldn't order the damn thing fast enough, and it cost more than the CD players did. So I think the CD players were like $99, and this was like $149 or something.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a new flavor at the time too. They weren't as you're saying, as prevalent as they are now. I think Sony had one where, was it Sony or Pioneer that had the one where the face would fold down and there was a little storage cubby in there?
Oh, I don't know. I did have a flip out though. Remember the flip out screens?
Oh yeah.
That was in my
Yeah.
truck that had the 412s. I had my flip out screen with a PlayStation 2 in the center console. I used to gamble in high school on my lunch break. I'd be like, let's go play Madden on my lunch break. So I used to go play video games on my lunch break.
Wow. Dude, that's freaking awesome, man. That's awesome.
That was good times.
Shoot. What the hell? I can't think of the brand of it. I can't think of the name of it. It's going to bug me. Because I can remember that the face would come down as like a little storage cubby. I'm like, where the heck's the radio? Well, the radio's in the face of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they had CD, but I think all they were strictly Android databanks.
Oh, that must have been on the cuff of like the newest generation or stuff, right? Like newer.
Yeah, it would have been 5-10 years ago.
Maybe.
I
don't remember that one.
So here, I've got one to trump you real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I had, and I cannot remember the brand of it, it was one of the big brands.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the time with detachable faces and everybody had to take their face off and carry it with them and all that good stuff? I had one that when I pressed security on it, the face would come out, flip over, and then come back in again, and the whole back of it was black. So it looked like the face was taken out of it.
That's kind of cool.
Oh, yeah. That's why I lived in Tampa, though. So, yeah, I had my car broken into once, and they stole everything out of it and stole the ramen noodles. And after that, I'm like, no, I'm getting some. I want to say it was JBL, but I'm not. I don't know. I'm maybe making it up in my head now. But I remember it sent me back a pretty penny, but I didn't care because that's, first having to buy another one to replace it.
Yeah.
So, Chris sorry?
Chris just said it. An iPod. Or he said, yeah, an iPod. That's what I used to run.
Okay. So that would make perfect sense then.
I had old school iPod right from that original Pioneer. And that was when iPod had just came out. And it was one of the pioneers that was like, now accepting iPod. And I'm like, hell yeah, I got me. I think my ex-girlfriend bought me the iPod. And I'm like, bro, I swear to God, I still have those iPods with all that old music on it. How about this? I ran those iPods in my Highlander.
Really?
I was still using those iPods in my Highlander because I had an old Eclipse. So I went to like I don't know, it was one of the better iPods at that point, but it was like a 32 gig iPod or something. And I just plugged it in my truck because I had all that rebased music and rebased everything on that iPod.
Damn. Baller.
Yeah.
I had a SanDisk MP3 player that I plugged into it. But yeah, you're right. Because I'm starting to think about it. That was like the first big thing for radios for Bluetooth. Was that iPod Connect or iPod something on with the radio, where the two would integrate like they should.
Yeah, the late 2000s maybe. Because I graduated in 2009. So, and I had I know. I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to put a year to it. Okay. But I had already had the PlayStation flip out 412s. My truck was done by then. So
nice. Let's see here. Let me catch up on a couple of these. Chris Compton says mine was 2 10-inch house speakers on a Jensen amp, 100 watts, I think. Yep. Mitch says 215s in a baffle, laying in the back seat. Shake my head. 79 Caddy Fleetwood. Dude, you could have put those in the rear deck. Those things would hold 15s.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Russell Ansel. Sears tape deck, a Discman, 2 bumper 15s on the back seat of my 86 old Callus on a Craig Power Play 500. Wow!
Yo, I had never heard of any of those brands.
I didn't know Sears made tape decks. The Discman, I can remember the Discman because I had an 87 Civic. It was a bubble butt, so I always liked the bubble butts. 5-speed manual, and it was like this. It looked like they built the inside of the car, and they're like, oh shoot, let's throw some seats in there, and that was it. The car was like the basic model. And I can remember I had my Discman that was mounted in the car I had before out of one of those the cigarette lighter mounts,
Okay.
And the Discman would sit up on top of it, and you just plug it in and play through RF. But this car, the cigarette lighter, because the way the dashboard was shaped, it wouldn't work because it couldn't get in there to do it. So I went and bought I remember going to Walmart and buying it, a stand specifically made to hold those. You know, on a mic stand that's adjustable, has got those little metal segments, and that's what makes it adjustable.
What's holding up my cell phone right now? Yes.
Okay, so you know what I'm talking about. So put a 3-pin base, like three-hole base where you screw stuff into, and do one of those sticks, and put a little plate on the bottom of it. And my distance app, and I'm trying this, I can just reach over and go, dude, because it came up off the floor and did it was like a foot plus long. So it came up and over and side and up. I was like, next track. And the sad part is it never skips, so obviously I wasn't loud. So
Okay.
Let's see here.
I was never loud enough for it to skip either, though. So even with the 412s, I could play a CD and be fine. Technically, it was all DVDs because I had the screen. So I used to drive around and just watch DVDs and stuff, and I had the PlayStation. So, and back then, everyone wanted to just play PlayStation driving around. So,
Gosh.
I was pretty safe, actually. I could say I never actually played PlayStation and drove my car. I let my friends play it, but I never did that. I was like, no, I'm not going to crash my car and stuff. So,
yeah. You're not going to try to get first place on whatever the hell game you're playing as you're driving with your knee and looking out the windshield that's a big no-no.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Okay, so what's up, Greenhorn? How you doing, brother? Russell Ansel. And we enjoyed the shit out of those little systems because they were huge to us back then. And you could not be you could not hit it on the head any tighter, any harder. Because that was what originally came to my mind when I was thinking about this. We went out school shopping with Shorty today. And school shopping for Shorty, Melissa and Shorty do a thing because Shorty's a girl. So Melissa knows about them. So, we're doing clothes and stuff. So I'm just sitting there pondering out, and I'm thinking, I'm like, son of a gun. I'm like, my first system, I was the loudest kid on the block. And I was so happy about that. And, everything was tied in and all this stuff. But then you move up. Mm-hmm. And that system was, But my next system, and then you move up. And then, thinking about, I'm like, shoot. The vehicles that used to, and I'm not saying I'm not impressed by everybody, because I truly am. But the ones that used to, back in the days, get you all excited, and I can't wait to hear that, it's got to be the last. Those are, daily drivers nowadays.
Yeah.
God, factory sound systems are in the mid-30s on some of these vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just what stirred all this up originally, so... Russell, so you're right. We enjoyed the hell of them back then, and I wouldn't take it back for anything. I wouldn't go back and change a single thing. I mean, hell, I had 2 12s on a riding lawnmower. How could that not be cool? Travis, it was an 81. I know the movie reference you're talking about, though. That's funny. Ken, do we know the movie's playing next week? Mitch says the new Spider-Man, he believes. Jennifer, there will be popcorn. The concession stands will be open the entire time while we're there. And they're going to have the arcade open. And I'm making myself a roller dog.
Nice.
But gosh.
I'm gonna buy some popcorn. I know that at least.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely some popcorn, and I may get some Reese's Pieces. Because anytime I go to the movies, I gotta get Reese's Pieces.
That's your movie. Yeah, you said that the last time.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So Chris just verified we'll be open. Travis, take a clue, man. He said he wasn't invited to the show. So no, I'm kidding, man. I didn't invite anybody. Everybody's just been doing it themselves. It's awesome. Listen, if my wife asked, I only paid like $300 for all my audio. All right.
Until they go to sell it. Yeah, he only paid $300. Don't sell it for what I paid for it.
Your buddy's like, okay, no, hold on. Hey, come with me. We'll talk for a second. We'll she'll be right back. You know? Much love to you too, Mr. Ultimate. Let's see here. Man, that's some of the best barbecue. I went there after Slam with Swain. That barbecue is on point. And you're not wrong on that. And a fellow basehead has already offered for Russell that Saturday, if we wanted barbecue, he would pick it up and he'd deliver it for us.
What?
Yeah. So you got groupies. What can I say?
This is news to me, but you can see me island.
Dude got some Blue Thunder for sale on Marketplace. Yep. Kicker, Stillwater Designs. Yes. That they were freaking. They used to be real big. They're still big and they're still, popular. But back in the days,
I sell them all the time now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it. Kicker makes good equipment.
Yeah.
The companies all make good equipment. Whatever happened to Alpine? Because they were like the top.
I would be able to sell Alpine if I liked it more. I've always liked other brands more than it. I think their radios are super complicated. Their equipment isn't so much overpriced because it is good equipment, but there's other better brands that are equivalent in the same price point. But if someone came in and was like, hey, give me some Alpine, I'd be like, no problem, sure. But if I'm going to sell it, I'd probably sell Kicker over Alpine. I like it better and the price point's better and you're going to get an equivalent to it. It probably has better sound quality. So if you want to get some high-end stuff, Kicker's not your deal. But for 90% of people that just say, I got a 2004 F-150 and I want better sound, dude, I'll sell you Kicker all day and you're going to be ear to ear. So.
Yeah, and when people come to you like that, they most likely still have the original factory sound system in it. And not going against what you're saying or, dogging it, but anything you put in there after that is going to sound better.
Oh, yeah.
So quick flashback, the Oldsmobile, I remember what originally got me on with Crutchfield. Okay. Because the Oldsmobile had on the back fender wells in the cargo area were two speakers and they were 4x10s.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I went to Circuit City, went to all and everybody's like, no. Yeah, what the heck? Crutchfield said, oh. Yep. And I bought a set of, I don't even remember what the blast, if they're Pioneers or Sonys. I can't remember which. Yeah, I know it wasn't anything either. It was one of them or it wasn't. It was.
It wasn't super expensive either back then. I guarantee you paid $50 for them.
Flash in my head is like 50, 60, somewhere around that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And again, for a 16-year-old, hell, that was half a week at freaking work. So, but yeah, I remember getting those 4x10s, and I'm like, who in the blaze? I'm looking at it like, if I take a hacksaw to it, I could do freaking 6x9 in here. I know I can. And I'm like, and then the speaker's gonna be hanging out, and then the old man's gonna get rip-roaring pissed at me. I'm like, yeah. So I don't even think. I think that if they were anything, the most it may have been was 2 ways. Oh, like okay. They had the speaker and then like a single, like not even a half-inch. Why the hell's it there speaker in the middle of it? So,
your 3/4, a half-inch tweeter, yeah.
Yeah. They had to trim the dome to make one small enough for those damn things.
Yeah.
So Jennifer says her '99 Ford Escort ZX2, had a tape deck. Used to beat the stock system with my Trina baddest bitch tape. That's awesome. Hey Penny, how you doing, sweetheart? Jennifer also says, had the tape with the cord coming out attached to my Discman so I could listen to my Kings of Crunk. Yes! I remember those.
My mom had a minivan, and my brothers were just a little bit older. And whenever they would like learn to drive or something, they would always take the tape and put it in there, and then put it to the CD player and play their CDs from the tape deck. I'm like, yeah, that's I remember exactly what those are. What's the damn van? It's not the, it's the Mercury van. It's the same as the Ford. The little bubble '90s van they made.
It had like a huge windshield line and everything.
Yeah. Just that old van. And my brother just take the little tape deck, put it in, and I would always burn CDs for all my brother's friends. So we always had CDs.
Gosh, I'm thinking the other car that we had, Mom had a 81 Isuzu I-Mark. And that's usually the ones you see at the circus that drives in the middle and then like 35 clowns get out of it. The car, honestly, 4 people could pick it up. It was a little teeny thing. But the car was wicked because it had a 5-speed in it, manual, and it was a diesel. Mom special ordered the diesel 5-speed manual.
Word.
Dude, 0 to 60 in about 20 minutes. But when you're cruising and you drop that downshift, it went blah, and black smoke would bellow out the tail of it. Mm-hmm. So, like when somebody would cut Mom off, not aggressive or anything like that, but she'd get in front of them and then dump it.
Rolling coal in her little car.
I didn't think about that because it didn't have a turbo. It had no turbo on it, had no supercharged, nothing like that. So it literally was like first gear, 3 miles an hour. Second gear, we're up to 15 miles an hour. Third gear, we're almost going to hit 40, but it was geared so freaking low. Yeah. And we never attached anything to it because it was Mom's little car, but it could probably pull a camper behind it. I mean, that little diesel, the only reason that they ended up getting rid of it is because when my uncle was in the hospital up in Boston, she drove it from Virginia to Boston every weekend, and the salt ate the undercarriage of it. Yeah. So, like, the interior, immaculate, gorgeous red, beautiful. You could literally pop the trunk, and you couldn't put a gallon of milk back there. There's so many holes in the floorboard. I mean, and I'm not even exaggerating. Like, you could take a gallon of milk and set it on the blacktop underneath. So at that point, they're like, because the diesels, God, they only get about 1 million miles out of them, So okay, so back with Jennifer. All right. So Matt Core said Kenwood head unit face turned to his. Okay, so it may have been the Kenwood then. That may have been because I've been in love with Kenwoods for a long time, but yeah. So that must have been it then. Because I can just remember watching it. It would sit there and just go like slowly. And go, and then back in. When you got the CD out, it was one of those ones that popped out and then tilted. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. So you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
So let's see here. Head unit, okay. Oh yeah, Chris had the old pull-out radios, the ones that the entire radio came out. The only thing left in there was the sleeve. Whew. Greenhorn, my 91 Tracker had a tape deck with a 10-disc CD changer under the seat with 2 15s.
Bro, you can't be... CD changers? Shit. I've removed a lot of those, and they suck to remove, so I couldn't imagine installing them back in the day.
I never had one I had one, but I threw it in the back, and I screwed it to the floor, and I just left the wire bundle that goes with it. Mm-hmm. I just left that hang out. I didn't bother tucking it in. I didn't care. But I can imagine they had a whole bundle of wires on them Uh, mm. So, yeah, I remember hitting the bass boost on the Discman. Yep. Jennifer says, I needed a basshead boyfriend sooner in life. So, yep, the iPod. All right, the Kenwood mask, huh? There you go. Y'all this fancy. Let's see, Greenhorn says, shit, my 89 Grand Marquis had a Pioneer that the whole radio came out for security. Yep, talking about that. The way my car audiobook for dummies book talks about these integrations, it was top of the line technology. Oh yeah, gosh, I can remember the pop outs being the detachable face being the big, you know, tired of thieves kind of deal.
Yeah.
And that was their sales pitch.
My brother had all that stuff. You know, my brother's, I don't know, 8 years older than, almost 10 years older than me. So he was doing all that audio stuff back then.
That was, my brother was 6 older than me, and he got me into it. And then, huh?
A similar thing.
Yeah, yeah. He had his a Chevrolet Monza, and he had a set of speakers back in that, and you know, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And he and his buddies out in the front yard doing the install and everything.
Yeah.
So,
You're right.
Peggy says, you guys are puppies, grand. 1979, I had my 75 Plymouth Duster, and I used to race with my 215s in the back. Had air shocks in the back, and I let the air out, and the box would help my weight for the tires in the back. So I could let some air out of the tires, so I can pull my tires so they can get better on line. Dude, that is genius, Peggy.
That's the best quote that's the best news I've heard all day.
That air. You know what? She gets a thumbs up. And you get a thumbs up. And you get a thumbs up. Yeah. Russell balling with all that. Chris says 6 kicker 15s with gold writing and 2 audio art amps. I don't think I remember that. Were the audio arts the ones that were all white and had the pastel brush strokes on them?
That's the ones that Dean have in his Honda. The blue coal topic, the ones on the top. Yeah.
Yeah.
The all white with all the blue and whatever on it. Yeah.
Okay. I get it.
Really
He
good.
said all that. Huh?
I said a really good amplifier.
Oh, nice. And Chris not verifies, but clarifies, all in 81 Toyota wagon. Dude, I have always loved the open rear end vehicles. I've owned an extremely small amount of sedans because of, at the time, had to. You know, when you're young and only got a couple of bucks, and there you go.
Oh.
So, nothing.
I've never owned a car. I've never purchased a car for myself. I've only owned trucks and SUVs. Now, I have cars in my name, like I like the Prius and my wife's new Fiesta and my little red Mazda and stuff. I have cars, but I've never owned a car, like dailied it ever.
See, since I've been grown up, I've always been, you know, we've always had 2 vehicles, myself and, you know, like Melissa has the Honda, it's a hatchback. And then I got the Bird, and then I got the pickup trucks. But I'm trying to think here because the Hyundai Excel, what's up?
John just had to correct us. We were talking about PPI, and he's talking about a different amp. So.
Oh, okay, yeah, the PPI is what I was talking about. That's it. They have the brush strokes on them.
Yeah, the breaststroke.
Yeah. Dude, and I was about to say something, I forgot what the hell it was. Dang it.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah, Alpine Radio is complicated. I have Halo 11, and man, I can't figure out 3/4 of what I can probably do. Russell says, I had the MB Cord 4x6. I remember them. I can remember seeing speakers sold that would say it would either fit in a 4x6 or a 6x9. And they had the plate that was cut out like a 6x9, the 4x6 was in it. Let's see. Mitch says my Geo Tracker had 812 Serwin Vegas on Power Acoustic Apaches.
Damn.
Oh, you're a baller. Now that was one of my first, in my eyes at the time, big amps. Was the Power Acoustic 5K, the Class D 5K.
Was it the Mofo or something?
No, the amp, it didn't look like the other ones. This one was like an all black, solid, looked like a amp. The Mofo amps are the ones that are all zinged out, and I think they got chrome strips on them and stuff. But yeah, this one was it had the fins on it just like a regular amplifier does, and it put out like 2,600 watts.
Damn.
That's not bad for a friggin' $100 amp at the time.
Yep.
So now, were those watts clean?
Ooh. Sure. We'll give it a thumbs up.
I never hooked it up to an oscilloscope, so we're gonna say okay on that one. But my geotrackers had that. Well, I'm off to Marketplace. Have fun, Travis. Dumpster diving. So I consider going and just randomly shooting at stuff at Marketplace. It's just dumpster diving.
You're not wrong, though. It's my age dumpster diving.
No, but hold on. So Greenhorn did it right. He did. I don't know if he still does. He would find the curb alert stuff, like the generators and things, and take them back and find out that more times than not it needed a $20 part or a $40 part, and then flip them out for what their value should be. So that's doing it like that. Yeah, that's all right. I'll give him a little bit of credit on it.
For you.
So Chris says my car was a '78 Bricklin. I don't know what a Bricklin is. Let's see here. Water blue. Oh yeah, all right. There we're with John explaining what's going on. Chris says I never had a driver's license ever. Okay.
I mean, I guess so, buddy.
I mean, okay. I'm glad we cleared the air on that one. So,
now I know. Like, do I have to tell somebody? Like, I'm not telling them.
Do you have your license now? If you offer me a ride, is it a trap? I mean, I'm not going down the ship. I'll run for 10 feet, drive all over.
Don't you like? Do you have to show your ID to get into places nowadays? I don't know. We're gonna have to start IDing people to see like audio. All right, do you have a driver's license? Can you be driving this car right now?
So okay, so you say that. But the rules for my org just state that the vehicle must drive to the lanes on its own power. And I had people actually question me on that, saying, well, does it have to be registered? Or does it have to be? I'm like, I don't care if your 4-year-old gets behind the wheel and drives into the lanes. We're just wanting to make sure that it's a drivable vehicle. And I'm thinking some people will like Sarah. She's 9 years old. She doesn't drive the Honda in the lanes, but the vehicle can drive in the lanes. There's no age limit or anything like that on it. So it actually used to be that when Karlovic was running ISPLL, we had the kids class. Yep. And I think that was to kind of copycat the, I think Mecca has it.
Yep.
Yeah, he was trying to, and I'm not saying he's like Sam, but maybe that's a pretty cool idea. Yeah. The entire time we ran, we had 0 entries.
Really?
Oh my God! And that was ran for like 4 or 5 years.
Mecca had a lot, but that's because Greg Kelly started that and blew it up. Sunil competed in the one. Remember going to the shows and seeing Sunil's little Power Wheel?
Yep.
I have a Power Wheel in my garage right now. It ain't loud like theirs is, but I've got music. I got a full doubled in on it. I got JL Marine speakers and an 8-inch sub in it.
Yeah, we had Melissa and I talked about it for a while because Sarah has a Volkswagen bus power wheels.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, when she was in it, we were talking because it has a radio in it from the, like, you can plug your MP3 player into it and it has speakers in it and all that good stuff. And we talked about building up on it and entering into classes. And then I see people that, you know, like the guys you're talking about, Snell, go up there and rack it a freaking 50 in a damn Power Wheels.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not playing that game. I'm sorry.
Greg's are closer to 60s.
Oh my gosh!
But they're
And
putting
you know,
they're putting it up. They're putting the mic in the plastic floorboard, like, I don't know, 2 feet from the port. You know where the port is. So, and they can lay over top of it. So you lay over top of it to kind of make a human cover over it to burst out. So, Space Force has it too. We have a kids class as well.
well, ACCL doesn't. Go somewhere else.
Does it? Ha! Hold on. Oh, because you don't care who runs it. So Sarah's in a class with everybody else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter your age at that point.
Nope. She competes in 360.
Cool.
And for Trunk 1 is where she's at right now. Is her score going to take home a first place for finals? But nonetheless, she competes at every show and she gets a little award, and it's, you know, it's a thing. If it's her thing, if it stays her thing, that's great. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not going to force her to stick with it, but, you know, it's fun for now. Melissa didn't want to compete. She pushed for it also because the system's in the Honda. So I could be a butthead, and she's competed in the Honda all season, and then for finals have her compete in the Suburban in the same class. But no, I'm not gonna be that butthead. That's a special kind of butthead right there. So
There's plenty.
So Aaron says, I had a Pioneer flip out, 3 Sony Explode 10s, and an Explode 1000 watt amp in 87 Mercedes 300E. Dude, I can't say pimp faster. The word can't get out of my mouth before you already know that's pimp. I'm sorry.
Were those the octagon or the pentagon shaped Sony Explodes? You remember they did the 5-sided Sony?
Oh,
yeah. That? Aaron, answer me. Were they the?
Come on, you got to. You got to.
Because they did do a 5-sided sub, right? I'm not making that up. That was real.
Yes, very short time. It was a very short time period, but yeah, they made it.
Yeah, and then they did round ones as well, but I know they did the 5-sided one.
Yeah, but yeah, because they made the Sony Explodes because that's the freaking Brendan cracked like a 50 point something with 2 of them in the back of his car, and we're like, dude, come on.
There it is. Aaron says they were the 5-sided ones. That's my dog. Oh man, that's great.
Russell says mine is sort of drivable. I mean, if it gets to the lanes on its own power. So you've got the guys that, like, we're talking like the just insane Burt Box Extreme, you know, the Rob Collar and Charles Jr., those guys. I've seen some of them, not those two, but I've seen some of those types of people that will take and they'll put an extremely, extremely, extremely low gear transmission in it and hook it up to the motor and pretty much whine it out until it gets up in there because those damn things weigh so much. Their factory drivetrains virtually can no longer move them, can no longer move them without roasting out clutches or doing some damage to it. So, but on that, they had full detachable steering wheels and blocks over where the pedals are. So they take those off, they put the steering wheel in there, and they're driving like this, sitting on the floorboard, and drive from this location straight up to the lanes, and we go, good deal. So
I'm pretty sure our org does the same. It really just depends on your class, though. I don't think you have to be anything crazy.
Yeah. Chris says registered and tagged it, just not in his name. Yeah, we don't care about that. Yep. So now where it comes to registration and tags and stuff like that, some shows will want proof of registration things for insurance reasons. Is the only thing I could think of. But I'm not gonna say it's never enforced because that would ruin it for everybody, but I've never had an issue with it.
Hey,
So
don't be dumb. That's it.
Yeah.
Don't be dumb.
that's it right there. Let's see here. Chris said them exploders were pretty good back in the day, no doubt. People would talk crack about them, but they were pretty good for audio back then. And you're right. And I'm glad you said that, Chris, because that's it right there. Of their time, everybody had the Sony exploders in their vehicle because that was the equipment for the average Joe for that. You're not going to a professional shop and getting PPIs or FI or all that stuff professionally. You were the average kid in high school, and you went out and got a set of Sony Explodes from Walmart. You and your buddies build the enclosure over the weekend or whatever, and that was loud. I believe you said earlier, Russell, about when you had your system in your truck, you were the loudest in the area.
One of them for sure. Or like I said, I always competed with my brothers. My brothers always had equivalent or louder stereos than me, so it was all three of us had cars and all three of us had bass, and we were known. That's what we were. Like, we were the annoying kids in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
I got my cousin going doing it. My cousin had subs, so like our little family, we had like, I don't know, 5, 6 of us all with cars, and we were all bumping all the time.
Yeah, some Jones boys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Russell says, so I can use my tow truck, bring it 30 foot from the lane and drive it straight in? Yes.
100%.
100%.
I'll meter it on the trailer. You don't even have to take it off.
Yeah. Yeah. Corey Otis has done that in my lanes. They rolled up with the van, and we used the mic up in there. It's not. Somebody's going to call me on this one. I don't want them to, but I don't really care who cares. You don't have to drive it into the lanes. We make that so that people don't just build steel boxes that
don't move.
It's a steel box. Okay, cool. Yeah, we roll over here on our trailer, meter it. No, come on, dude. Give some other people a chance, So yeah, that's the only reason we've made that rule. And I think that's for a lot of orgs. I think that's the same logic behind it.
Sure, I have possibly classes like the kid with the trailer at Made of Steel. He had the trailer, and I was like, I wonder how I would be able to class him because it's not a vehicle, so it would be in an extreme class right off the rip. But most extreme classes still have to have a cab. Where I'm like, I don't know if we would be cool with it. We'd be like, yeah, it's kind of a car. I mean, he built it. I mean, because
it's something.
Yeah, I would have had to call on that.
Yeah. Yeah. Pay me.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. I'll make the call after.
Let's what? That sounds like a tomorrow problem to me. But with Otis, he had his van. I've seen it drive. I've seen it off the trailer before. If it's off the trailer, it's obvious that it drives. Let's be real. You're not going to push off the trailer and you and your brothers are going to push it back into a spot and then, there's no motor in it. So I have seen your truck, Russell, off the trailer.
Yeah.
I've seen you loaded on the trailer because I remember the guy going, "Sir, I think you're burning this out." And you're like, "No, don't worry about it. I got this." Like, it's not my first time loading this damn thing. So yeah, that's the only reason we have that ruling. Let's see here. Piqued his interest. Awesome. Billy, you're calling him Billy Bob. All right, good times. Just no brakes and no mirrors.
That seems sketchier than ever.
That sounds like a you problem, sir.
100% does. Don't roll my 10. Do not roll it in 10. Don't roll it in my shit.
You got 2 guys on the back pushing it and 2 guys in the front stabilizing it. That's the way to get that thing somewhere. But it's for ones like that, that's that's what I was talking about. Otis, they rolled their truck or van, whatever it is.
Yeah, the van.
They actually brought it over on the trailer, and we climbed up on the trailer and then climbed over the front of it and then ran the mic in there.
I'm pretty
But
sure that was made of steel.
yeah, yeah. So, but ACCL has classes for everybody. We actually have, I'm sitting here thinking about it, we have 2 classes for we don't care what it is or how it got here, put the mic somewhere and let's play.
Yeah.
And that's our FTW 3 and 4. FTW 3 has a tap out at 10,000 watts, and FTW 4 is whatever. We don't care. But neither of them have rules on anything. So, actually, I think the only rule is that they need to run their own power source. But whatever it is, it's a rule that's like, yeah, okay, man. You kind of have to have that. So
I got my subs hooked up to the 240 outside real quick. We're just going to play it real quick. Just 240 outlet. The dryer just burn.
I was picturing more like they roll over a set of speakers and you see this big long thing of RCAs going across the field to some guy's truck and goes, okay, Bob, let's do this. You got to give that 3-second delay for it to come all the way from across the field to you, the signal.
Funny.
Let's see here. Okay. The down for cop crew. Good answer there, Jason. I've got a little bit of a sour taste in our mouth on this chat for them. So, did I say that nicely?
You did.
Okay.
What's up? I just said
So,
hi.
oh, okay. So Russell, yeah, a run, bring what you, yeah, that's it. Anything you can get there, run it. Let's do it. So, you're coming to Florida October. Okay, have fun. What's up, Tony? How you doing, brother?
That's Florida State Finals. So if he's coming to Florida, it would be for State Finals in October.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm thinking
his wasn't complete.
it's the clue. It's the way it is. October for me, I actually have already forgotten about finals because we're going on a cruise, and that really has been the main thing on my head. And that's straight serious because I'm like, I haven't forgotten about it like that, but I'm like, he said something in October. I'm like, okay, have fun. I'm gonna be out floating in the water, dude.
No, you're
Oh
not.
shit! Oh, that's right. We got finals that month too.
Yeah. It's a little bit before, buddy. Trust me.
I don't care.
I'll be at your house. Again, having barbecue. I'm going to try to leave a little bit earlier that Friday.
All right. RDQ. Yeah. I only 240 burped. Yeah, you know what? With all due respect, Jason, I left my Dakota ring at home, man. Easy now. That's my power. What's up? How's it going, to Clue? Okay. I'm stop at CMK. Okay. That's cool. However. But yeah, that makes perfect sense that you're going to be here for finals if you're going to be here in October. So that's awesome. What else you got, my friend?
I guess the exciting news is I talked with Dean about Music Wars. So for Saturday, Bass Wars will be there.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
I'm going to do Bass Wars on Saturday. So gives people at least a guaranteed second event, because obviously for the World Finals would be that Saturday, the October 3rd for finals, and then 4th is the opening show. So it's actually 2 events for us for the finals, where Saturday, if anyone wants to compete. Like I said, I think this year was a growing development year. I really don't think any members actually have enough to compete in World Finals. So I'll have to talk with you. Have enough events?
Might. I've been to all your events.
No, you haven't. Not all of them. You've been to a few. You haven't competed in all of them. You always come to me after and be like, I was going to compete, but.
Oh, man. All right. Next year.
But I'm saying, for the people who haven't or whatever, I'll actually have to see if it's going to happen type deal, or if somebody wants to drive down from somebody else. I don't know. I'm going to talk to Billy to make sure that it's adequate enough for me to even do that type of thing. If there's that, I'm going to have it there for that. And then Sunday being the season opening for it. Because our World Finals is streamed and everyone does it all in one day, so it can be done that day. We do
Awesome.
and all that stuff as well. So that would be the opening, which is the 4th, I guess, or 3rd. I don't know. I think it's whatever that weekend. And then the next one I'll do Saturday. I'll do Base Wars from 11 to whatever, 10 to 4.
Yeah, it's usually around 3 or 4 is when we end up shutting down.
3 or 4, and then after that, I'll go and I'll help judge Music Wars Saturday evening and then Sunday.
Sweet.
So.
Well, if you all need help Saturday or Sunday, you know where I'm at. I love working with Music Wars. Dean's great peeps, and the format is, I gotta admit, that's pretty freaking awesome format they do.
It does.
So.
Yep.
All right. So what else you got?
That's it. I'm excited for this weekend. It's been a while since I've seen everybody and everything. So what? It's been like 2 months since we had a show now. We didn't even have a
Seems
show.
like eternity.
Huh? Oh, I missed the one in July. That's why.
Yeah. That was, you missed the one in July, and then before that was, I'm sitting here looking at the calendar now. We didn't have any in June.
That's why. It's the last one.
So would have been made of steel.
Yep, that was the last one. So July, and then this is it. So.
Man, well, the good thing is the season's starting to pick up again. We're starting to get to the time where there's at least one show a month. So
Yep.
That's awesome. So, all right. Well, let's see here. The next show coming up, we already talked about this one, but you can't talk about it enough, is going to be the Love for Lows Rebased version 2 show. That's hosted by the one and only Mr. Hayden Price. That is going to be on the 15th, so it's going to be this Saturday coming up. The gates open, I think he said open at 9, but the meters aren't going to be running until 10. So plenty of time to get there, get settled in, check the place out, enjoy everything that's going on with it. The food stand's going to be open. There's going to be a lot of things going on. So it's going to be an awesome show. There's no way around it. And then after that's going to be finals. Finals are going to be October 3rd this year, that weekend. Anybody that's never came to ACCL finals, it counts. John Kent, may I slide a show in? Give me 1 second.
Because September's open. We don't have anything in September. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. No, that's right. Yeah. I thought you heard this before, John. Okay, get with me. You have my number. Or message or whatever, however you want to do it. So, but the Florida State Finals for ACCL is going to be the regular pricing to run in finals. It's going to be $75 for 1 run, $140 for 2 runs, $200 for 3, and then I think it's $240 for 4, something like that. This also counts as the first show for the following season. So if you're competing for finals, you automatically get in on that. So you get your final score and it'll count as your first show. If you don't have enough points for finals or you're new or whatever, you can still run at the regular price of $30 per run, and those points will count as your first points for the 2027 season. This is a 3x event, or if you know binary, 3x. So it will count as 3 points for the start of the season. So it's a win-win situation all the way around. So technically, John, the first show of the season, that would be finals, but you could be the first. You could be the first show of the new season as the physical first show. So whatever it is, we'll work it out for definite. And then after that, we've got the Musical Wars, hosted by Dean. That's going to be November 7th. That's an awesome show. It's one that Russell and I are sitting here talking about. That has got an extremely wide selection of music type, with the demo, stunt wall, kind of everything.
Not stunt wall.
Excuse me?
Not stunt wall.
Okay, what is it called then? Correct me on this, please.
I would say it's a grudge or battle style car. It's not a stunt wall specifically because everyone thinks of stunt wall as the pickup trucks or vans that have the wall in the back of it, where these vehicles are particularly built with music 360 all the way around. So there is literally speakers in the grill, and it's kind of transformery where everything's tucked behind the panels and stuff. These cars aren't just rolling around with a bed of speakers in and stuff. These cars look really good. They're all beautiful. They're all tuned. If they know what they're doing, normally they have a good tuner. And these cars are really well built for what they are in their classes. You're not gonna be disappointed listening to any of these cars. You're not gonna go there and be like, that car sounds like shit. What is it doing? You don't have that.
That's an excellent way of explaining it, and you are 100% correct on that. Like was for example for Dean's car, he's got speakers behind the grill, he's got cut spots, he's got speakers down, but it doesn't sound like the guys that put PA horns behind their grills.
Nope.
This is, you're staying next to the vehicle, you and your buddies are hanging out around the vehicle, and everybody's getting a good sound experience. So yeah, so those type of vehicles only, no stunt walls or anything. The stunt walls, now that I said, are, they got 80 speakers on the back of their truck that's janked up like this, or they've popped their trunk open and set boxes next to the vehicles and stuff like that, and that's
they judge differently too. They actually care about how loud it is. Like, I don't know if they have mics or whatever, but they really pick on like what car is the loudest, like ear-piercing music. And I'm like, man, that's crazy. Yeah, Williams, Russell, yes, Williams. Williams used to compete before he stopped, but his Civic is a great example of that. He doesn't compete. He probably won't be there in November, but his car is a prime example of what they're looking for.
awesome. So okay, so Russell, let me clarify this for you. For ACCL, you need 12 points to go to finals. Some shows are 3x, some shows are 2x. You can pay to run twice in a show. So a 2x show, you can get 6 points out of that show. At a 2x show, you can get 4 points out of the show. With Russell, with Base Wars, if I'm not mistaken, it is you have to go to a certain number of shows.
5.
Okay, so you need to go to 5 shows in a season.
Yep.
And I want to say it so to make sure I know. Hold on. I want to say it so to make sure I know it. You have to go to 5 shows of the season, but you don't have to rank. It doesn't matter if you get first, second, or third place.
Yep. Place doesn't matter. You just have to compete in your class. That's it.
Okay. So consistently stick with what class you're going on because you're building up okay.
You
And that's the same with
jumping around classes and everything like that. That would make no sense. So it's 5 in that class, which is easy. We hold way more than 5 shows a year. So
yeah, it shouldn't be any problem with it. And that's why I do the 12-point system here, is because we run enough 3X shows that really you only got to go to like 4 of them, and then that's it.
Oh, how many points do you say? 12 or 15?
12.
Oh, so 4 shows for you, yeah.
Yeah. So, and then that's it. It's done. Kind of not the reason. The reason we do the point system is, I'm sure the reason you do your system as well, is to get people to come to the shows and not just go to one show and get a crazy score and then not show up the rest of the season until finals. That's just not fair. But we have enough shows in Florida that there should be absolutely no reason you don't get the 12 points. The same as with Russell with Base Wars. So But yeah, so that's with Russell. You used to have to show up to 5 shows. For ACCL, you just need to get enough points at the shows to go. And there you go. We don't send out invitations or anything. It's just more the lines of, you're working for it. Like now, before this show, I put out everybody's point standing. So that way everybody knew who needed to come to the show.
Yeah.
Before finals, I'll release the final one that shows who has enough points to compete in the finals and who doesn't. That's the way it is. So that way everybody's on the same page with it.
Base Force is a little bit more fancy. All of our stuff is online through a database, and you can look up the top 10 and everybody else and all your points and how many shows and all that stuff through baseforce.com, .org. I don't remember. .com. It's .com.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I knew it.
Yeah. So there you go, Russell. Basically, isn't how many shows you go to. It goes on how many points you add up. That is correct for mine. Correct. So let's see here. First 2 shows this season. Sounds good to me, John. You and I have always worked with each other. Let's see. Same experience, great sound. Shoot. And then, dang it, I hit off it. There we go. Well, Russell, talk to me at the next show, and we can get all kinds of swapped information. And I told you before, I think that whatever class you go into, you're going to dominate, because that truck is nice. Let's see here. Probably do well in both. I'm definitely interested. Let's see. John Kent, does it count if I go to the shows but not compete due to lack of competitors? Russell Jones.
Technically, if you go and you don't have any competitors and you still compete, for the only thing that what you do, John, is that you do demo, and the only place they do it is in Tennessee. So you would have to drive to Tennessee for World Finals so Greg Kelly can get all of the battle cars together for that. So that would be the only issue with it, is you can't battle cars from North Carolina in Florida. Like, you can't do that at the same time. So for that, it's kind of like a one meetup, and it's normally in Tennessee with Greg Kelly. He does the big demo shows, and I think he does it on Sunday, I believe, or something like that, or it could be even Saturday evening. I'm not sure, but he does the demo battles there.
Nice. All right. So there you go. Good point. Good question. Does Calvin go to the shows but not to compete due to lack of competitors? Just got that one. It's definitely a good feeling when you win awards. Yeah, that's a real good thing. Yeah, Russell says great point. Can't run finals and be in Tennessee on the same days.
Let me see. John, how about this? You find some more competitors in Florida that will actually battle, and I guarantee Greg Kelly will come to Florida, and we'll do a bigger one in Florida. Greg won't lie. Greg comes down from A to Steel because he wants a vacation anyway. So he'll come down again.
Where's his hometown? What state?
He's in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, so take a trip to Florida? Oh, God.
Who wouldn't?
Man. Well, and I love Tennessee. Tennessee is good. Tennessee, North Carolina is gorgeous in my eyes. But I'm saying it more in the sense of it's not like they live in North Carolina by the water and, all the touristy stuff, and then down to Florida for all the touristy stuff. I mean, going from from a state that's inland to a state that is surrounded by water and beaches and beautiful weather. So, yeah, as it's raining now. So, definitely good feeling when you win awards. Yeah, see, but you all got slaughtered. Was it last week before last, something like that?
For what?
Where you're at for all the storms you're having.
I wasn't home last weekend, so.
No, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's been on that side of the state for a while now.
Yeah. I guess so. Yeah, because I was like, it has been.
It's been, and I don't live over there, but it's been like an unusual amount of storms over on the East Coast this season.
Well, as long as they're not in October, I'm fine.
Bet.
we're only going 1 week before hurricane season ends, so I think we'll be fine.
Hey,
I know.
you better not.
I'm knocking on my wood table right now.
Same here.
Mm-hmm.
Fake wood, but it counts. So, okay. Chris says, where do you think my blue truck would stand? I'm not 100% sure who you're talking to on this one, Chris.
Chris Compton?
No, Chris Bidet. Sorry if I said Bidet.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, don't worry. We're not good with names. We're good. We're nice to people though. I'm gonna make a smart ass answer. I don't think trucks stand. I really don't. I think they just sit on tires or they roll. But that's because I don't know your car.
Good night, everybody.
Ended on a good dad joke. I mean, yeah, that's where we're.
No, I'm messing with you, man. But no, I mean you're right.
Do you know the truck?
I do, but I can't think of numbers in any of our classes. I mean, not in our classes. In the classes,
That's you.
Yeah, I know. The classes are built for the classes. Hear me out on this one. The power caps and the cone area and things of that nature. You're probably doing what are you doing? Like mid 40s on that one, Chris? That would stand in no wall one, but no question about it. That would stand in trunk one. In wall one, you know. But yeah, I think you would do well in your class. Only one way to find out.
I think you would do good in base force too. I think you should
No.
try. Ours is a lot less bullshit. We don't have to clamp your car. We don't have to do anything. You know, you put your mic in there, you tell me what you got, you play a frequency, a 30-second average, and you're good. Unless you want to do a burp class, which we have those as well. Chris, we're pretty open here at Base Wars. We're not trying to steal any. 155, that's a great number. Great number. So,
Shit. Yeah,
come,
you take it. In
come see us
ACCL, we got
next
cooler
year.
rewards.
Both of us will be there. I'll have a big ass tent. He'll have a beautiful trailer that has a window and AC and fucking popcorn and a money dispensing machine that shoots out. He's got an ice maker. He's got a cot in there. He takes naps in between cars because he's got a set of judges that help him.
Hey, we have cookies.
I can buy cookies too, you know.
Your cookies are trash.
I'm going to get the cookies at the Costco just like you, okay?
You bought the cookies for the last show.
I may or may have bought the cookies for the last show. That's hearsay. I don't know. That's speculation.
They're bought off dirty money. You're bribing. Yeah, Russell says, you just wanted my money. Dude, I only, this is straight serious friend to friend. I run this as something to do and to supply my habit, you know. Your truck would make people say, what the fuck was that? Because also depending on how good you're on the lows, bottom out would be a class that I think you would just slaughter. So Russell says my high peak is 53 hertz. All right, there goes the idea with bottom out.
53 is perfect for my highest class. That's the highest frequency in my demo class is 50.
Okay, wait, hold on. So that's your highest frequency. At ACCL, you can play in all of our classes.
I have them through classes though. So my 0 to 19, 20 to 29, 30 to 39 new. So that breaks up in those classes. If he wants to do a pro class, he can play up to 80. But I mean, he would probably
play for 90.
22 hertz. So he can play
there we go.
for the low class.
Dude. Oh yeah, we talked about this last time. At the show, come run on my mic. I just want to see where you're at, and I want to see the different. Huh?
Aaron said no. Stay out of bottom out.
Yeah, okay, that's because Aaron's in there. Sorry, brother. Every man for himself. Uh, no, the at 20 hertz versus 22 hertz, I don't think you're going to lose much of anything, and you get a significant bonus at ACCL for playing that low. You
I
do.
don't give- we don't give out bonuses. We don't do that. We're adults here. You get the number that you get. We let you put it in the kick. Sale point.
So
I don't know. I tried.
FTW can do the same thing. Try again.
We have four scores.
So yeah, all right, fair enough. All right, you got it.
I don't know.
Uh,
I'm just shooting in the dark here.
if he's saying that it's played 16, it's strong at 18. That's where the Bird was. The Bird I played down to 14. It was still holding it. It started to fall off. But at 20, that truck would just got stupid when I had all the Orions in it. So nothing. This isn't a whizzing contest by anything, Russell. You would stomp my truck. But for what it was at 20 hertz, I went through doors and everything else. So
I was
let's
never.
see. Oh,
That's it. Just I've never been loud. Everybody else has got a whole loud. I'm never.
yeah, it gets expensive.
I broke a 50. That's all I needed to do.
You're the rarity because everybody says, "Oh, when I get to 50, when I break a 50, I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop." And then they see that 52, and then they see that 55, and then it gets out of control. And then
SQ for life. SQ for life.
yeah, then it gets to the point where you're sitting in your garage at 8:40 at night on a Sunday talking. Oh, let's see. Now both of y'all trying to take my money. Hey, you know what, Russell? It's all in friends, man. Friends help friends, remember?
Okay. Yeah, so it sounds like a lot of people are excited for this weekend.
Yeah, it is. And we can sit here and flap gums all night about it too, but this weekend's the big one. This is the one to be excited about. I know that I believe you are too. Russell and I are going to be on site at 8 o'clock. So 10 o'clock when those gates open or whatever, 9 o'clock, whatever it is, we're going to be cocked and loaded. We're going to be ready for it. We're going to be and hopefully it gets overrun. Hopefully this is something that we can all freaking keep doing for damn sure.
Yep.
Jeez. Yeah. I was in 40s at 30, 50s at 40s. Now 60s, almost 50, maybe 70s at 60 for years old. Dude, that's awesome. It's a good concept. I mean, Alma Gates, she was in her 60s, if I remember correctly. So,
Yeah.
So, all right. Huh?
With kicker.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm gonna call it for the night, buddy. Cause it's 10:45 right now.
It is. It's 10:45. I'm good with it. Everyone should know what the next couple of events are. I don't know if you have any out of state events you need to mention before tonight, but other than that, we went through everything. We talked about our first areas. We talked about our growth and what's going on. So, yeah, I don't really have much else. I mean, I can outro myself and be like, "Hi, I'm Russell with Base Wars," and I will see everyone next weekend on Saturday morning. Happy to see everybody there. It's going to be a great show, and see you guys.
That's awesome. It's definitely going to be a great show, no question about it. So Alma had kickers. I remember the PPIs. I remember she had the PPIs in there, but I didn't know she had kickers or any of that stuff before that. She had a whole handful of stuff in that truck, and that truck was always amazing, beyond amazing. So, all right, let's go ahead and give it in. I want to thank everybody for tonight. It was a very good interactive night. Got a positive feel on it, good vibe on it, and I love the conversations. I love going back and forth with people. Now, if you have ideas, suggestions, or what have you, you can either message myself or message Russell. hey, why don't y'all talk about this, or why don't y'all talk about that, or hey, we'd like more information on that. I'm always more than happy to do it. I'm always more than happy to do the research to figure out what we're talking about if we don't know much about it. So, all that being said, I can flap my gums all night long, and I'm going to stop it now. I'm Jason, a.k.a. the guy with the meter, the owner and grand poobah, second monkey in charge of this funny little thing called ACCL. It's American Cardio Competition League. We've got one more show left in Florida this season, and then it's going to be finals early October. Check us out on Facebook. And if you have any questions, message me or what have you. The rules are on the page, the front page, if you're interested in them. I will be releasing another set of rules sometime after this show before finals. But the only change in it is instead of 2 mics for FTW 3 and 4, I changed it down to 1 mic. So that's it. Nothing else needs to be changed. I haven't had anybody complain about anything. So with all that being said, I think that's going to call it. Much love to everybody, and see you at the show. See you, brother.